What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Full Moon Hour. I'm James. You're here on the Boot Wizard channel. There's going to be a very interesting edit just there. LJ is, of course, joining us. Andrew will be joining us very, very shortly. Everything is kind of up in the air. This week, everything is all over the place. I'm in my kitchen. It's odd, but I am in my kitchen with delightful beverages. So there's a silver lining to absolutely everything. Appreciate everybody who has joined up. Samuel Phillips has gone straight into the chat, LJ, just to let you know that the leather Preds are still on discount.
Why is everyone trying to leave me astray?
So following on from last week, just in case you haven't bought them yet, they are still there.
I haven't.
If you want to pick them. We will, of course, be going through all of this week's new releases. When Andrew jumps on, I will jump off for like 2 seconds to go and pick up my pickups, because I have 2 pickups that came in this week. As I say, everything was very up in the air this week, so I don't have them with me right now, so I will grab them very, very shortly. However, with that said, I think we should jump into some of the new releases. As usual, I have planned this perfectly, and they are in numbered files that are not named whatsoever. So we're just going to see what comes up. The first one coming up this week is going to be, I'm also doing this on my laptop, not my computer, which means that everything is painfully slow. Horribly underpowered laptop instead of my lovely editing computer to do this on. So we are looking at, I'm hoping we're all looking at, do let me know if we're not, the brand new Mbappe Superflies. And they are orange. This is, of course, something we're going to talk about this week. Just the fact that everybody, like, it happens a lot. It just seems so, like, in your face for this particular time. This particular time around, that everybody has basically gone orange. So we are going to get into that a little bit more. But what do you reckon to these, LJ? Are you a fan of the orange?
This picture on the left is the nicest one I've seen of them, I feel like.
Obviously, one of them on the grass?
Yeah. So, like, I had it in my head that I was going to go something like meh, just because the color's fine. It's just not memorable, especially if we're talking about like a signature boot. It's like, doesn't really stick in your mind. I guess in the context of the model, like this kind of wavy pattern, I don't know if you've seen it before.
Yeah. No, I don't think we have. So the closest we got was like the Sam Kerrs with like the ribbed design.
Yeah.
I don't think we've seen anything where they've actually put, like, they've used that side portion to as good effect as this. I think they've done a really good job by doing something a bit different.
So that in mind, plus points. But again, I don't imagine this to be one that will live long in the memory. For that reason, I have to go meh, I think.
Yeah, I think there's just, I think I have 2 problems. One being, like, again, we'll compare to those Sam Kerr Mercurials, whereas there's not really much of a story here. There's not really much of anything to make it a special signature. It's just a case of, okay, here is an Mbappe signature boot. It's orange, and everything else is orange, which I think is a problem in itself. And the fact that they do look exactly like those orange F50s, like, I think it's very funny that it's going to look like Mbappe is running around in a pair of orange F50s, because all the other Nike athletes are going to be in that Bolt pack that we spoke about last week. And then Mbappe is going to be in, like, what looks like an Adidas boot, which is very funny to me. The man has arrived. Andrew is here. See, Andrew also doesn't know that the chaos that's ensued, so he's just arrived and realised, and looking at it and being like, what on earth is James doing in his kitchen? But anyway, how's it going,
Internet
Andrew?
down in the old bunker.
No, so the wife is at a wedding. So it's me and the tiny human, and the tiny human wasn't in his bed until about 10 minutes ago.
Good grief.
So I can't risk not being within
Yep.
earshot.
Makes sense.
of said tiny human. So here we are with a last minute setup on the very dodgy laptop in my very echoey kitchen.
Nice.
Right next to my kid's little seat there for his so he can have his phone. We've just done the Mbappe mercurial. That's as far as we've got. Do you have thoughts?
Why more orange? So boring.
Why more orange?
In any other time period that's been released, you'd say, "Oh, that's actually pretty cool." Like the lines that they did are very Mercurial-esque, but because it's orange, it's just why.
Yeah, I was saying I think it looks like the F50, which is funny because all the other Nike athletes are in Volt, and then they're going to look like Mbappe's going to look like he's running around in an Adidas boot, which is amusing. Because I'm on my laptop, it's very underpowered. If I can leave you to the YouTube channel, if you don't mind, so that I don't flip between the two, potentially crash the whole stream, that would be ideal. With that, we will move to the next new release.
For Justin.
I'm glad you can see it because I actually can't see that just yet.
Yep.
Is it still
Skechers. There? Yep. Well, you dropped it down just now. Right.
I didn't mean to. Let's try that. So I'm glad everybody else can see because I said this is depressing when you go from trying to get one thing to work that does work to another one. But anyway, we've all seen it. It's the new Skechers pack. We've got the Skechers SKX2, which is the one that I'm showing there. And I do have an image of the Razor as well, which I will attempt to put up. But yeah, I saw this picture and I thought Justin would really enjoy having a massive Harry Kane face in the middle of the screen based on how much he dislikes him. LJ, thoughts on not orange, thankfully, but bright pink Skechers?
Love this pack. Yeah, I love pink boots, so just dash some pink on a boot and I'll be like, yeah, that's nice. Especially the Razor. The Razor is like the type of boot colorwise that I like to wear, So I would say, yeah, certainly of the ones that came out this week, but the last probably few weeks, this boot in particular, yeah. What are the top two? What's the rankings?
We've got great and good at the top two.
I'm going to go great. I think it's a great.
Going great immediately. Andrew, what are you reckoning to bright pink? Have I influenced you enough to make you enjoy these?
I wouldn't wear these now, but I didn't put them in great because it's not orange.
Yes, I agree with both points. One being they're not orange, thankfully. The other being I completely agree with LJ. I think these are fantastic, particularly the Razor. I think is amazing, and I would absolutely wear this. I think Skechers have done a great job with this. Casual, it's kind of a name drop, but I was speaking to Alex, the head developer at Skechers, the other day about this pack, and I said two things to him. One being, I think it's great that you didn't go orange and that you've done something different. And he was like, yeah, completely deliberate. We wanted to make sure that we stood out and we went a different way. And the other thing that I said to him was that I think it's great that they're not dropping a pack every 2 minutes.
Yeah, seriously.
They have actually gone and spread out their colorway drops. And obviously there's only so much information you can give me.
Yeah.
But it seems to be a deliberate choice to try and not do this pack every 2 or 3 weeks or boot every 2 or 3 weeks thing. So I've got to give Skechers credit for both doing something different and not absolutely overwhelming the market with every single colorway. I think they only have one drop between now and the end of the year.
That's awesome.
And it's a special edition. I think, don't hold me to that, and that didn't come from Alex. That's just general kind of like chatter and other people. But yeah, I think there's only one special edition drop left for Skechers between now and the year, which is fantastic, if you ask me.
Agreed.
Oh, sorry, LJ, go ahead.
I just said agreed.
Yeah, it's like, so that would give us 4, like for the SKX2, that would be 4 colorways in what, 6 months?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty solid.
For like these days, that is pretty impressive.
And considering the brand's getting bigger and more popular, like I'm sure the temptation was there just to go.
But yeah, I think they have the SKX2. I think has done so much for the brand reputation. Just all of a sudden, everyone's kind of gone. Like the Razor was kind of the boot where everyone was like, okay, they can make a good boot. Like the SKX1, maybe less so, but it was like, okay, it's fine. The Razor, everyone's like, okay, they can do a good boot, and then they dropped the SKX2, and all of a sudden, like boot's made them, one boot's made them like a super legitimate.
Yeah, that's all it takes sometimes.
Option.
That's all it takes. I mean, look at Sokito with the Scudetta.
Yeah,
as soon as that
they
dropped,
literally, they literally have one boot now, really, because they're not pushing the Devista at all, are they? I assume they're selling through and getting rid of it, I would imagine. Okay, I'm gonna click up to the next drop, and you guys will probably have to tell me what it is because I can't
the
see
Bellinghams.
Yeah, so I put this in the title. So I put the thumbnail up is about obviously everything being orange, which we will talk about. But I put in the title the Bellingham boots because I feel like we've been looking at these for so long.
Yeah.
This launch, no matter how good the promo is for it, it's just overall a little bit like meh now. And it's also right at the end of the life cycle of the boot. I really don't care for it.
Yeah.
LJ?
Go ahead.
Trying to think of his other signatures. So there was the silver ones, black and gold.
That's it, isn't it?
This is clearly the weakest of the three then. For me, like by a margin, by a distance.
Yeah.
In its own right, it's fine. Like nice colors, you know.
Yeah.
You can't really go wrong with a black and a blue, to be honest. And I guess he's from Birmingham. You've got the blue there. There's that part of it. But considering when I look back now, I bought the other two signature boots of his because the colorways were so nice. Maybe the first one also because it was the first one. This one, there's no part of me that wants to buy these. I won't be buying this, even if they won't sell. So I can't go higher than meh for that reason. Even though it is a good color, but overall, it's gonna have to be meh, I think.
Do you reckon, Andrew?
Yeah, it's gotta be meh. It's a shame too. Like in any other time frame, maybe we'd bump it up higher. But what they've done before already for him, these are just like. It's almost like someone's like, we got to come up with a colorway for this boot, and some guy goes, black and blue. Yeah, it's just how that'll be fine. Whatever.
Yeah, I think I like the idea that they've tied it to Birmingham, but I feel like they did that. It looks like they did it retroactively. It does feel like they went, what colorway? And somebody did go exactly what you said and went, black and blue, and somebody, that's nice.
Yeah.
And then somebody 6 months later went, we could tie that to Birmingham, just make it a little bit of a Birmingham style blue.
Maybe if it was blue and white.
Let's do that.
Maybe if it was blue and white, the whole boot's blue, including the tongue, the stripes are white, the thing, the JB logo is white. Maybe then it's like that's a Birmingham boot, and also probably a nicer color.
Yeah. Yep. I think you nailed it there.
I think they did it with the black and gold as well, and I feel like they've just have this massive error of dropping a Bellingham boot right at the end of the life cycle. Like they're clearly trying to cash in on okay, we've got this new boot coming. We need to entice people to buy
the last remaining pairs.
Yeah, we need to really milk the last outfit. So let's drop like a Bellingham drop because that's what people will. It's more likely that people will buy it.
No,
and I'm like,
what you do?
Yeah,
does that work?
You
I
mark.
don't think that's working.
I mean, for something like that, it's interesting you bring up that point because even Mizuno is doing this now, and they never used to do this. But what ASICS has done for the past few years is you'll know another color is coming colorway or a new boot is coming in the future because like 3 months before, every color of the current model gets marked down.
Yeah.
Even the newest colorway gets marked down 30% off. And Mizuno does this now too. And it's just to clear stock.
Yeah.
Rather than being like, oh, the new boot's coming out. Oh, the new boot's been out for a month. Let's finally mark these down. It's just like, no, we got to get rid of this stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with you guys. I think it looks nice. I think it's meh though. I think the whole thing is
definitely.
Okay, I think I've got one more drop. If I've missed any, we are not getting extra pictures this week. It is a miracle this is still running. Did that show anything? Did you see it?
The Under Armour orange pack.
There we go. I'm glad you can see it. If this is your first experience of the Football Boot Hour, please know that we are normally far more polished than this. We rant, we do tangents, but we're far more polished than this normally, although this is entirely my fault. But anyway, so yes, we have yet another orange option from Under Armour, who I think should have absolutely taken the Skechers approach and gone in a completely different direction and not gone with what everybody else was doing. And
what would have been the harm of doing white and orange?
Right? Anyway, LJ, what you reckon?
You know what? It's, in my opinion, a nicer orange than some of the other ones we've seen. So, as far as the orange packs go, it's the nicest one, maybe. But
possibly,
even with that in mind, I think, I'm gonna go. You know what? I'm feeling generous. I'm gonna go good, low good. It's a nice orange.
It's a good call, actually. It could be the nicest of the orange packs. What do you reckon, Andrew?
I'd put it in meh. I don't understand what like they're using the same marketing agency, like marketing trends agency, or they're using they are all talking to each other and collectively decide orange. But yeah,
let's all do orange.
So this is kind of like, I suppose it's a good like segue into, before we'll do some pickups. I don't know, I'll go and grab my pickups in a second. But a segue into this first thing we want to talk about, which is the fact that everything is orange and why it's orange and why that is just a ridiculous idea, especially for brands like Under Armour. And so Andrew's basically touched on it there. Trend agencies, like that's brand agencies that these companies work with that are all finding out. And then there's obviously this idea that just people are talking. Like there are people from within the brands that know each other and people are just simply talking. And we have this swath of orange coloured boots, which if you're like Adidas, you can get away with because you're Adidas. But if you're Under Armour, I think you need to take the Skechers approach.
Yeah,
you need to go, okay, everybody's doing orange. Yes, the trend agency says orange. But if that's the trend, I need to be different to that trend because I know there's obviously not that many Under Armour boots about, but that's even more to the point. If they'd have done purple or something.
Yeah, exactly.
They would have absolutely stood out. Whereas now, spotting the Under Armour boot in amongst your Adidas boots, your Mbappe's, it's just not going to happen. Like you've just blended your boots in for the sake of like following a trend. It doesn't benefit you.
Yeah. And Alex from Skechers even put up a thing saying like, "Oh, I'm so glad we're not part of this trend, and it was all the newest, the latest drops, and there's all orange and stuff.
I need to be educated a bit on this trend agency thing, right? Because if we are talking about football boots, which we are obviously, and you have, on average, from, let's say, Puma in the last couple of years, a new colorway at least every month. You can easily have a period of like 2 months where you might have 3, right? To me, trend is a period longer than the amount of time between colorways from each boot, right?
Yeah.
From each model, each brand.
Yeah.
So what are these agencies really doing, right? Because it's like, what is the trend? Is it that in fashion people are into orange, so then you bring it?
Where are they pulling this from? Or maybe they're predicting that, it's becoming more towards Halloween, so there's lots of orange about, so we should do orange.
I assume that I assume they're pulling from 2 things. One is fashion, like they're following, because that's how everything, like take the Devil Wears Prada movie like concept where like everything filters down. So it's going to be the same thing, and brands are more acutely aware of that than I think we would realize, especially your Nikes and your Adidases, of being on trend with like the wider kind of like world. So I think that's important. I think that's where it's trickling from. But they're probably also just doing like full on like focus groups, just like massive focus groups, which is where they're getting a lot of this information from as to what's in, what would you wear, things like that. And I'm assuming that a combination of them using the same agencies, some of them, like surely Nike and Adidas aren't using the same agency as each other. But these agencies are all obviously operating exactly the same way. It's like, I review boots, you guys review boots, we all review the same boots, because of course we do, because it's the boots that have been released most recently.
Yep.
So like there is a natural way that things will flow. No matter if we never spoke to each other, we would end up reviewing the same things.
Yep.
So I assume these agencies are using the same concept to work it out, and they're all coming up with orange.
Yeah, it's really...
That's such a fascinating concept to me in the context of something which you have so many different colorways or colors of the thing in such a short space of time. I don't think that translates to football boots very well at all.
No.
I feel like some people are making money from doing nothing. That's what it sounds like to me.
I think the main thing with these is that they're definitely, I kind of agree with you, but I think they're definitely focusing it on the big inline packs. That's where we're getting it more than anything else. So like this is obviously like a big drop. They're not doing it for every single pack, but you will see like that trend in that big summer pack, that big kind of like fall pack, the big winter pack. They'll all follow a certain color trend. And even like, obviously Nike didn't do it, they went Volt, but it's still Volt with orange, and they still went orange for Mbappe. Like they're clearly still getting that same kind of vibe, that same information. I'm speculating. I actually don't know.
Didn't New Balance do a line pack not too long ago as well?
So New Balance, obviously, the current one's obviously lime, and then they did lime during the World Cup.
Yeah.
So that because Saka was wearing
the lime and gold.
And gold, yeah. So there's definitely a bit of repeat going on, because Nike obviously repeated the Volt, which we spoke about last week as well. So, but yeah, I just thought it was an interesting thing to bring up. I don't think there's a huge debate or discussion that we can have in it. It's something that has happened, and it might be something that people aren't aware of, or something that particularly at this time, is very much like a super obvious thing that's happened. Everyone's like, hold on. It's the first time in a while where I think people have actually gone, what the hell? How has this happened?
I think once in a while they kind of shakes them from there's a new pack. Oh, this is cool. It's now like, what? Why?
Yeah, why has everybody gone orange? I see. Here's an idea for someone like Skechers, for Under Armour, even New Balance. You could argue um, these trend agencies are potentially useful because you can get your trend, get your information. That trend is orange. The useful part of that is to not do orange.
Yeah. Know what to avoid.
It's like, oh, so it's useful to get the information, but it's not, the useful thing is to go, okay, so I know Nike and Adidas are going to do this, so let's do something different.
We're going to read out more on these
trend
agencies generally. I just find that they're quite an interesting concept if you're using it in football boots or in this context where, I don't know, I feel like it just does, to me, I guess maybe I'm just naive as somebody who isn't as like well versed in like the way these things work, like fashion generally. I just don't think it applies as strongly as it would need to for them to justify the money they're going to be paid for this to eventually happen.
Yeah. I would agree with you. I don't think any brand would necessarily need this. Like you could go, oh, it's this certain time of year, because we see the same ideas. Like we get dark packs at certain time of year, we get bright packs at certain times of year. Like you could do that without a trend agency. Like you just pick a different color.
If it was a thing where it's like Nike were like, okay, cool, we need to decide what colorway we're gonna release for September, and they spun a wheel and they stopped it, and they stopped on any color and decided, let's just make a nice red, and then that were to release. Would that red eventually be like much less popular than whatever the trend agency came back with, regardless of what the trend was? If they just made a nice red boot,
probably not.
I don't think so.
No, I agree.
I guess a lot of this stuff they would argue, and probably is, and like if we're going back to like the was brother again, it's subconscious. But for me, as I would argue, target audience, someone that buys a lot of boots, no matter what time of the year you give me a nice pink boot, I'm probably right.
Yeah. I do think there's an element of kind of what I touched on earlier, which is that idea that brands are acutely aware of being on trend, being within that kind of like fashion trickle down, especially the more that they move into fashion collabs and things like that. So I do think they're acutely aware of being in that kind of range. But I completely agree with you that I actually don't think it makes any difference to their service.
It's interesting though, because it's like when you are at that level of, I guess some of the brands are bigger numbers, but all of these brands are like multi-million, billion-dollar companies. You don't leave things to chance, right? So it's like, I guess it makes sense to spend as much as you can to make sure that
you keep your
people
spot.
People are going to like what you release. So if there is an agency that's going to tell you, we're going to tell you the color that people like right now, then I guess you pay it because you can. And if you don't, it doesn't make sense considering you could have.
But it's weird too, right? Because Nike is very much the company. It's the shit on a stick company. As long as it's got a swoosh on it, it's probably going to sell.
Yeah. Which is, it's a good point. They get kind of back your own designers, back your own color team or whatever. But yeah, I think I say it's a very interesting kind of concept, and like I said, something that people maybe don't discuss very much. I would imagine this is probably one of the first YouTube discussions on trend agencies for football boots that's ever come about. But you know, with that in mind, we can move along to next things. Do we have pickups from anybody across the board this week?
Let's start with LJ. No,
I got the.
Well, LJ talks about that. I am going to go and grab my pickups because, like I said, I wasn't actually planning on being here in the kitchen, so they're not here. So give me 2 minutes. LJ, do take your time. Tell us about those pickups.
I got the Bolt Phantom 6s and the Superfly 10s. The Phantoms, I think, we look really good. I really like. Yeah, it's like. I think I don't know whether it's they look really good or they look really good in comparison with the Superflies. Because the Superflies, we said it last week. Yeah, probably both. I just think that almost like faded look to the
Yeah,
Volt.
like they left it out in the sun for too long.
Just doesn't do it for me. So then when I then look side by side with the Phantom 6, I'm like, oh, these look really bright. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
These are like what, if you imagine what like a Volt material would look like, usually color-wise, that's much more like the shade. So it's a nice boot. The Phantom 6, I don't know if it's something about the design of the boot. It seems to like hold some of the colors quite nicely.
Yeah,
Like they've had a few different colorways that look pretty good. Like the launch colorway was nice to know, like the kind of turquoise ones, like those. Harlan ones were great. Even the EA ones are nice. These ones are good as well. So there's that. Superflies. I've actually got now a few pairs of that model, and I think of the ones that I've seen in hand, it's probably my least favorite. So I had both the Cosmic Speeds, so the black ones and the kind of like shiny turquoisey ones as well. The purple Mbappe ones and the Sam Kerr ones.
Yeah.
And I think these Volt ones of those is, I said those back. They're comfortably my least. I just don't really like them that much. They're fine. It's not terrible colorway, but it's just not in a world where we get so many. It's just not one that I need to keep.
When I was growing up, there was like in the South they had this like frog cake, and the frog cake was like cake with white frosting, and then on top you had like a green jelly, or jelly as y'all would call it, and it was disgusting to eat. And when I saw that Superfly, that's the first thing I thought of. It's just this disgusting and inedible cake that was forced upon me as a child.
It was no Colin the Caterpillar.
No, not Colin the Caterpillar for sure.
What did we have last week? So last week it was described as coffee-stained Volt. And today we have like
frog cake.
Dirty frog cake. These are not the best descriptions for that food. Oh dear. Anything else, Andrew?
What do you mean?
No, not the Leather Predators yet. That will be someday in the future. But today is not that day.
You gotta get those leather Preds, man. They're so good.
I will get them. I know myself enough to know at some point.
They are. I think I feel okay with saying this. I think they are the best Predator Addy has released since probably the Addy Power.
Damn.
Yeah.
That would make sense, right? Because obviously, like, you've got the 18, the 19, the Accelerator, the Edge, the 24, the 25, the Rotero in the 24, and this in the 25. This being, by all accounts, the best version of the 25, and the 25 being better than the 24, and the 24 being better than everything that came before it, all the way back to the Addy Power.
Yeah.
It is very solid logic. LJ's there, just like looking, just like, I'm going to buy these right now.
I'm gonna get them. It's like the good thing about it is, in comparison to like the Rotero and the Beckham ones, is that they haven't sold that as quickly.
Yeah,
I'm guessing they're way more
everywhere.
So I know I don't need to be quick. You know, I just know I just need to have one day when I'm like a little bit bored, haven't done much that day, and then
Black Friday's coming up.
Yeah, that's a good point.
If they get mocked down again, the thing is, they've been mocked down enough already, because I think they're 180 on Pro Direct, and everyone keeps telling me you got codes to get them down to like 165, and it's like probably won't go much lower than that, to be honest.
Probably not. They'll probably hit 165 on Black Friday, is my guess.
And then
they'll do 165 without a code. I feel like LJ's just been bullied for 2 weeks straight to try to buy a boot.
It's even longer than that. It was the last time before last week when I was on, which was like a month ago. Like when everybody came on at the same time, everyone was still telling me to get them back then.
Yeah.
So I will get them. I know that I'll get them. Because I had them put in hand for the first time a couple of weeks ago, just in Sports Direct, and I was like, damn, these are soft.
You're in the wrong group when it comes to dissuading people from picking stuff up.
Yeah, we've said this so many times about the group. Like, we're such people that people are like, oh, I don't know if I should buy
all
these.
enablers.
And then there's 20 people behind you going, "Oh, just buy them. Get them, man. Get them."
Yeah, no worries.
Oh.
James, what'd
my
you get?
pickups.
Let's see.
So I got two things this week. So I got these.
Umbros.
So I got the Umbros. So this is the Umbro Decima, which I think is a great name for a boot. I also think this is a very nice looking football boot. I think they've done a very good job. Like the silhouette, the colours, I think it looks very, very nice. If anybody is interested in these, go up at least half a size.
Really?
So I have these half up. So Umbro sent these out to me. And the guy was like, "Oh, what size?" I said 7, and he was like, "Oh, yeah, you might want a 7.5. You might want to go up half." And I'm always a little wary of that with companies because a lot of the time companies they're just wrong a lot of the time.
Yeah,
and they're like, "Oh, go up half," and things like that because they're going off this like, "Oh, let's just get them in like something that's just like comfortable and all this kind of stuff." No, he was so right. So these are a 7.5, UK 7.5, US 8.5, and I am borderline maybe should have got a US 9, UK 8.
Wow.
My toes are at the end.
Dang.
And the end of this boot is like
stiff.
Kind of it's stiff, yeah. It's got that kind of like stiff raised toe, so it could be a little bit uncomfortable. Now I have one foot that's slightly shorter than the other, so like on my right foot, it's a bit tight. Even the half size up. On my left foot, it's fine. So I wouldn't have wanted to go up the extra half, for the whole size. But if you've got like a wide foot, or you want room in your boots, you probably want to go up maybe a whole size, at least half a size though, at least. I think these are an improvement from what they did before. It's got that same sole plate on, which is a good idea. Like they should keep this for a little while, because it's actually like reasonably responsive. It's not too flexible. It's good multi-direct. It's a decent sole plate. The upper is pretty thin. It's a similar style to the previous generation, the previous version, which is the Velocita Matrix. Some really nice kind of touches, and I think this will end up being the title of the review, unless something changes when I get out a bit more. It'd be something like 2 steps forward, 1 step back, because they've done good stuff, and this floating tongue is just smart to like. It's the right thing to do, but adjusting the shape the way they have, and this heel is very wide with a really like odd kind of padding. It's kind of like bulky, but at the same time like minimal, and then this back section super hard, super stiff.
It's weird.
So like you're getting a lot of like pressure in that area too. And this isn't a good comparison, but it does remind me a little bit of the Under Armour Magnetico, the new Magnetico 5, which is not something you want to be compared to in the heel. It's better than that, but it does give me similar vibes, yeah. So I think they've done a really good job in improving a lot of this. And then they've just messed up like the heel and a little bit on kind of maybe the length, which is going to put people off, which is something we should talk about for another brand in a minute. But overall, we will see how the playtest goes. I think it will be very much in that Umbro mold of it's a good boot if you pick it up on sale. Like, don't pay full price.
Yeah, the full pricing on their boots that's stupid.
Yeah, absolutely. But I will say I really like how these look. But anyway, so that was pickup number 1. Pickup number 2 was this.
Hey.
Right. So they're actually still joined together. Not going to take them apart because so Decathlon, Kipster, were very kind, and they sent me out a pair of these. And so there's only 200 pairs of these made for Antoine Griezmann's 200 goals. See the big 200 down the side there. And they sent me out 2 pairs. So I have a pair that I'm obviously going to keep. I don't think even if I wanted to, I could wear them. I can't find size tags anywhere. But they're definitely bigger than what I would normally wear.
Oh, yeah.
2 pairs. You've got quite a high percentage of the pairs in the world.
Yeah, I have 2 of the 200 pairs. So I'm going to keep a pair, and I am also going to give away a pair.
That's a lovely giveaway.
So that's going to be a very cool giveaway for somebody to get one of only 200 pairs of these that were released. These are very nice. I reckon the first time that Kipster have done a chrome sole plate. It's quite a nice chrome sole plate as well. Obviously, the 200, you've got the Griezmann with the France logo. Here's the AG in the France colours, and then the AG in like the Atleti colours and things like that. These are very nice pair of football boots. Very cool boot to have. Got the names of his kids and stuff down the front there. These will go very nicely with my collection of Antoine Griezmann.
Yeah, right.
Like pro custom boots, which somehow I have managed to get.
Yeah.
But yeah, these are excellent.
Yes, they look
very,
really,
very
really
well
cool.
Really good.
Very, very well done. So yeah, keep your eyes out on the channel, the podcast, the Instagram, the TikTok, all that kind of good stuff, because I will be giving away a pair of those at some point. But like I say, don't get too hung up on the size, because I have no idea what size they are. It's just a nice collector's piece. Like I'll have to check this, because I don't know if this is the case, but like, surely they didn't do them only in one size. Like, surely there's sizes.
They might have just done it in one size, to be honest.
Maybe like his size or something like that. But I know, obviously, Cam at Power and Precision, he got a pair as well. And Real or Fake got a pair as well. So they put the videos up.
So VW boots go on as well.
Who did, sorry?
VW boots.
Oh, I didn't see that. Okay. So, yeah, that was very cool. Yeah, I got 2 pairs. And just a quick shout out for these grip socks here.
The Havo grips.
So these are the Havo grip socks. These are brand new. They've just launched on Kickstarter. You'll have seen them. They've been working with me, with Substance Football, a few other people. Jesus Football, I think, has them as well. And they're a very good grip sock, and they're on Kickstarter right now. With, I think you get 40% off if you buy like a 3-pack. So you can only buy in bundles because they're doing to get started. They're actually already fully funded. They were fully funded on Kickstarter within, I think, an hour.
Wow.
Which is good going. They're fully funded. It was only like €1,000. Like, they weren't asking huge amounts, but they I think they got to their goal within an hour. So now they've obviously they're just taking as much as possible, because like with Kickstarter, they're going to take a load of orders, go straight to the factory, and then do a big order from the factory, which is going to help them get going. So if you're looking for the older style or the Nike grip sock style that Nike kind of stopped making, then this is probably the closest that you're going to get to that. And there is a decent argument that they could be better. They're not a perfect grip sock, but no grip sock is, but I think they're very, very good. Check out the Kickstarter. If you would like to, go to my Instagram, my TikTok, or my top 12 grip socks with discounts video that I put up on Thursday. And I have a link in there where you can go to, it'll take you straight to the Kickstarter. That also benefits the channel. So I get a commission if you go through that. So, hey, it doesn't affect my opinion of the socks. The guy who has kind of launched the brand, he's a good guy, he's a nice guy. will tell you that, like, obviously I've done like videos and stuff like that. And he's like, "Oh, could we say this?" And I'm not being a pain in the ass, but he'll tell you I'm being a pain in the ass because I'm like, no. he's like, "Would you mind saying this?" I'm like, no. It's like, 1, it's not authentic. 2, it's not how I feel.
Yeah.
Like, 3, it's got to be like, it's got to be like. I was saying to him, and he's, like I say, he's been so good. I've been saying, like, look, if I start saying what you want me to say, it's marketing spiel, and all I'm doing is you're asking me to market something, and people will see straight through it. Like, if I start going like, and putting all these buzzwords out there, people will see straight through it. And then if, for example, you give those same phrases and buzzwords to me, to Jesus, to Sub, and we're all saying the same thing, immediately the credibility's gone. Like, so I was like, look, you have to just let me, like, do it, and do it how I want, and say what I want, and there's going to be stuff you don't like, but I'm going to say it. And it's like, and honestly, you just have to be, you should just be pleased that I think it's a great sock, and I'm going to be very nice about them. You know what I mean? But he's been very, very good, especially for, like, he's a reasonably, I would say he's a reasonably young guy, and he's definitely a lot younger than me, and it's his first kind of like business venture, and I think he's doing a fantastic job. I encourage people to support. And if you would like to support Boot Wizard, do use those links. Do consider becoming a member. Do go and check out my grip socks video with discounts. Some of those grip socks are also beneficial to the channel with the discounts there. So do go and check those out. The reason I pushed that this week a little more than usual is because I got made redundant this week. So, currently an unemployed wizard. Yeah. So
welcome, brother.
Yeah. So LJ, you're the only one of the three of us that has a job, mate. Oh, nice. No, the company that I work for basically closed down the department that I work in, which means that I don't have a job anymore. So if you would like Boot Wizard to continue, please do support the channel.
Yeah.
Like, subscribe, memberships, buy your socks using my discount codes, all that kind of good stuff. Because otherwise, Boot Wizard, I'm sure something else will come along very soon. This only happened 2 days ago, maybe it happened yesterday. So I have been unemployed for 24 hours. Unemployment clearly does not suit me, because so like I said, my wife's away at a wedding. My kiddo was just playing. He was happy out, which makes a change. He's fantastic, but he's like very energetic. So I was like, I'm gonna like kind of batch cook some food for like next week for everybody, for like me and my wife and that. The amount of food that I could feed the street, like, clearly, I'm like, my brain's just gone, must do something. So damn, like, I made like 3 different curries in like huge batches. I made like bolognese. I made lasagna.
That'll happen.
I'm like, my fridge is just like stacked with like meal prep. I have meal prep for like a solid 2 weeks. That might be one of our biggest tangents, me talking about meal prep and my job. But anyway, I think we'll go back to something I was talking about a second ago, and I'll let you take this if you don't mind, Andrew. Oh, sorry, you have pickups.
I do.
I didn't think you had pickups. I apologize.
No. So I got these last week, the Copa Pure 3.
Thank you. Elite. I have a tiny, tiny screen. I can't see anything.
Yeah. And I was going to get the FG and the silver. Found them quite discounted. These were like a further 35% off.
Oh, nice.
So it's like, I was trying to avoid doing white boots, but for the price difference between them, I was like, whatever.
Yeah.
This is better. Might as well. So these are pretty nice. I already put on my Instagram that they're nice, but the Icon 2 is better, I think, overall. And some guy in my comments immediately was like, no, they're not. I was like, okay. Thanks for that.
Thank you for your insight.
Good insight. But yeah, they're pretty soft. The fit's really nice. The heel's nice. Like, this is going to be a very easy boot to recommend, unless you're buying it full price. Then don't get it. Get the Icon too.
Yeah.
Or if they're the same price, get the Icon too.
Yeah, I suppose the advantage they have is that there's a lot more colorways that are going to go into a lot more sales, so you can
there is that. So these are very nice, and I got one more on a whim, and it's only because
a whim buy.
It's only because, well, it's one y'all told me not to get, and it's only because Jason from Boot Hype has been telling me for years, like, oh, these are like a modern Vapor 3. So I had to get these Puma King Ultimates.
Oh.
Yeah, I got them for very cheap. Like, very,
had
very
mine
cheap.
For free.
Oh. The shipping would have cost more than what I paid for these.
Yeah, I don't doubt it.
Yeah, so these aren't bad. The fit's pretty good overall. This heel is garbage. Like, absolutely garbage. And this is a K Better upper, right? And so I just reviewed the King Mirai, which is K Better. And this is like, how is this the same material? So, yeah.
You might get on with those a lot better than I did, for example, and a lot of other people, because it's a very slim boot. And that might suit you a lot better than a lot of other.
Yeah. Most of the fit is good, but even just walking around the heel feels terrible. Like, this is probably, like, I'm not sure I'll do a proper review. I might just do a quick rundown on these and just have a session, because I'm pretty sure if I do a full review, I will eviscerate these. So, but
I'd almost pay to see it.
Yeah, that's true. I will say I'm kind of held up because I got surgery on my toe yesterday. So yeah, was it yesterday? Day before yesterday. Yeah, and the doctor basically had to cut into my toe itself to remove the toenail, and yeah, it was that bad. And
Congratulations on getting it fixed, though.
Yeah. Yesterday didn't feel bad, but at night it felt awful. And I stubbed my toe because, for whatever reason, this family just leaves their work bags on the floor. And I went to turn on the light and stub my toe, and I was in tears. It hurt so much. And it woke my wife up. She's like, "Are you okay?" And it's like, "Your fucking bag is in my way."
Oh, dear.
Oh, thanks, Dawn, for the donation. I appreciate it. Donated $9.99.
Oh, thank you so much. I cannot see that because, like I said, I'm on my laptop, and I'm afraid if I move anything, it'll crash.
Clippy said shit heel and thin upper sounds like a Vapor 3. Surprisingly, Vapor 3 heel fits me really well.
Yeah,
that boot fit me really well. So, yeah.
Anything else in the bag of tricks there?
No. Just wishing stuff would sell. I, yet again, had somebody said who was like, "Yeah, I'd be interested in these two boots." And it's been a week and nothing. Just...
I did sell a pair of GX1DFs this week. But, like, it's not a but, like, it's still a good sale. But it's not, like, a particularly, like, high-value sale, because I got them off, like, a local, like, semi-pro. And they're in decent condition. Like, they would have sold for a lot more money than I sold them for, had somebody at some point not clearly put them through a washing machine. And they don't look like they've gone through a washing machine, but you can smell that they've gone through a washing machine. So, like, somebody's put them in the washing machine with, like, a washing powder or something, and obviously it's knit. So, like, that aroma, that smell has just gone into the knit. So the boot smells like, fairy non-bio or whatever it is. Like, So yeah, the lad that I got them off is quite young, so I am assuming what has happened is his mom or his dad or somebody has just gone, banged him in the washing machine. But anyway, somebody bought them off me, but I think I only charged like €25 for them. They're on their way to Canada at the moment, but
Nice.
because I was like, I can't, like, I was literally there, like, when they were interested in being like, to be clear, these have definitely been in a washing machine.
Yeah,
Trying to be, there's a reason they are this cheap.
Yeah.
One final thing to touch on in the last 5 minutes is something that obviously we spoke about this week, Andrew, and I thought you maybe get your thoughts on it, is the sizing on the Sakito Scudetto.
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah, so I don't know who it was, and to be fair, I forget a lot of people. That at least once a week, people will post something in our group chat, and I'm just like, who the hell is this? And I look, and I'm like, oh, they have 200,000 followers. Oh, like 60 of my friends follow them. Okay, I'm obviously out of the loop. Anyways, this guy was saying how, like, he was saying go by the centimeter sizing on Sokito, which is what you don't do because that's off, like really badly off. And I've talked to Jake, the CEO, about this, and it's something they're going to be working on. But it's just like, yeah, the Sokito's the one boots, like, do not use their centimeter sizing because it is like, I wear an 8.5 in the Scudetta. But the Scudetta is a 25.7. But it doesn't measure. Nothing measures at a 25.7 in the boot. The insole doesn't. Like the length of the boot doesn't. So it's just really, really weird. So I thought, yeah, we just have to get that out there. Like, if you're buying a Scudetta, do not use the CM sizing. Just
the way that I view the Scudetta, and I think this is actually a very useful little hack, is to just apply, so that their sizing system is the same as Nike's, apart from the centimeters. So the UK, US, and EU are all the same. Just use the Nike centimeter size.
Yep.
Like, and it will work out fine. Yeah. So, like, I'm a US 8, UK 7, EU 41 in a lot of Nike boots, which is a 26 centimeter long boot. For the Scudetta, I go up half. So I wear a US 8.5, UK 7.5, EU 41.5, and a 26.5 centimeter in Nike, and that is going up half a size. Yep. So I just essentially take the Nike size chart, and I would just apply that. Ignore the Sakito centimeters, which is not something we say very often, because we're all here going like, measure your feet, use the centimeter sizing. Ignore Sakito centimeter sizing, please.
Yeah, I think anybody who says to do this isn't to, like, call the dude out or be mean or anything, but, like, anybody who says that, just, I don't think is paying attention necessarily.
If you were to do the Sakito centimeter sizing, you would have to at minimum go up a full size to buy them.
And I'm not wearing a 9.5 in any boot.
Well, considering that you already don't go up the half size in the Scudetta,
you don't need to.
Imagine if you went up the full size.
Oh my gosh, it'd be like floating on my feet.
I do go up the half size, but I also have the wider foot, so it makes sense. Did you have the Scudetta, LJ?
I do. I think I have it half a size up. I'm pretty sure I do.
Yeah, I think for most people, half size up is a good way to go. But for me, like, the way that fits, it's about as perfect as I want it to be.
Yeah, it just, honestly, like, I could not go up the half size if they just added like 2 mil to the volume of the top.
If they made it a little bit taller,
just a little bit, just add like 2 mil to the end of the boot, and then I wouldn't have to go up half size. It's just the volume. It's a volume. It's the same as the Predator. The Predator 25. The problem is the volume, not the length. Which is why I have, because you didn't go up the half size when you bought them.
Nope,
in January,
that was a bad idea.
And then I bought them off you because they fit me.
Yeah. Somebody's saying, how far away are they from the AG plate? So what I've heard is that they finished the AG plate and were so unhappy with what they had made that they scrapped the entire thing and started over. Like, I was told verbatim, this is what I was told. The AG plate we would have released would have been fine, but we don't want fine. We want it to be the best. So,
Fair enough.
fair credit. I'm glad they would rather do it right than just throw anything on the market.
Yeah, they're burning money doing that as well. So, like, credit to them for burning that money.
That costs a lot of money. To reopen the molds that you've already developed for a boot and all the sizes, and then to say, nope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rough. Okay, is there anything else that anybody else would like to cover this fine evening?
Oh, I'm so tired, man.
Okay. Well, in which case, we're not going to go to a members chat this week because I'll be honest, I physically cannot access the panel to make it a members chat. Literally, on my screen, everything is frozen apart from LJ and Andrew. It's
Perfect.
the only thing.
Perfect. That's absolutely what we need.
And it's all I needed. Oh, dear. So thank you, everybody, for joining us. LJ, thank you very much for joining us again.
Yeah,
We were supposed to finish off the Q&A. We had a whole bunch of extra questions that we were supposed to get through that I got for LJ, and we have failed for a second week in a row.
Oh, how terrible. We have to bring LJ back on. Yeah, that's
no.
yeah. Oh, that the hell with that
LJ,
guy. Why would he want back come on?
If you're free another week, feel free to come back on.
Yeah. Probably will be. I probably will be. Yeah.
You are more than free to be on.
Yes, you are welcome anytime, sir.
Yeah.
But yes, so please do go check out LJ at LJCollects across everything. And go and check out Andrew at Lockhart Boot Blog across everything, and lockhartbootblog.com for the blog. Most recent review was the Shadow.
Yes.
Yes, so go and check out Andrew's Shadow 3 Elite review.
Nobody liked that.
Which did very poorly.
Instagram didn't like it. My readers didn't like it. Awesome. And Instagram changed their algorithm again. So my views are all down. Hooray!
Oh, damn it. And then, of course, you are right here on the Boot Wizard Boot Reviews channel. So please do like the video, get subscribed, consider becoming a member. And if you are interested in grip socks, go and check out my video that I dropped on Thursday. The 12 best grip socks of 2025, all with discounts. So they all have to have a consistent discount that you can get. Some of them benefit the channel. I think half of them are beneficial. The other half are not. So it is just generally here are some great socks that you can get at discounts. But that's all from us this week. Yeah. Thank you very much, everybody.
Yeah.
And we will see you all next week. Probably with LJ again if he's free.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Hopefully.
And I won't be in my kitchen, and it will be fine, and I'll have better audio. Bye, everybody.